Marcus walks into the gym one morning to find every mirror covered with plain white cloth. Every mirror except one. Taped to that single uncovered mirror is a handwritten note. The camera of the narrative slowly zooms in on his face as he reads it. Before revealing what the note says, pause and ask the audience a quiet but piercing question. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and saw yourself clearly, not compared to anyone else, just you? Briefly introduce Marcus, a talented, hardworking young sprinter who has spent the last year quietly drowning in comparison, measuring every win against someone else's highlight reel. Paint the world Marcus inhabits: a competitive athletics training facility buzzing with ambition, noise, and unspoken rivalry. The walls are lined with performance boards, times, and rankings. Everywhere Marcus looks, there's a benchmark that isn't his. Describe the sensory tension: the squeak of shoes on polished floors, the sharp hiss of stopwatches, the quiet sting of watching a teammate's name climb higher on the board while his stays still. Beneath the surface energy of the gym lies Marcus's inner world, tight, heavy, and exhausted. Not from training, but from the invisible race he runs every day inside his own mind. He is physically present, but emotionally somewhere else entirely. Go deeper into Marcus's internal war. He scrolls through competitors' training videos late at night. He second-guesses his form, his speed, his diet, not because they are failing him, because someone else seems to be doing it better. His coach has noticed a subtle but dangerous change. Marcus no longer trains with joy. He trains with desperation. Introduce a moment of quiet collapse during a time trial. Marcus clocks a personal best, but instead of celebrating, his eyes immediately dart to his teammates' time. His personal best feels like a personal failure. He sits alone afterward, staring at the floor. At a FOMO thread here, this is the moment most people miss. The point where progress stops feeling like progress and starts feeling like proof not enough. Many athletes never find their way back from here. But Marcus was about to meet someone who would ask him one question that changed everything. Hold the tension. Do not resolve it yet. Later that week, Marcus approaches Coach Elaine, quiet, unassuming veteran who has trained 3 national champions and is known for saying very little but meaning everything she says. Marcus asks her flatly, "What am I doing wrong?" She doesn't answer immediately. Instead, she studies him for a long moment and then says, "Come in early tomorrow," before anyone else. That single instruction carries weight. Marcus spends the night restless, replaying it. He arrives the next morning to find the gym transformed, every mirror covered except one. Coach Elaine is already there, coffee in hand, watching him take it all in. She gestures toward the uncovered mirror and says, "Read the note." Marcus steps forward slowly. The note, written in clean block letters, reads, "The only person you are competing with is the one looking back at you." Coach Elaine doesn't explain the note right away. Instead, she gives Marcus a challenge. Train this entire session, looking only at himself in that one mirror. No checking the clock, no watching others, no performance board. Just him, his form, and his reflection. At first, Marcus finds it deeply uncomfortable. Without external comparison, he doesn't know how to measure himself. He feels unmoored, almost lost. Use contrast framing here. Show the before, Marcus training frantically, eyes darting, body tense, movement mechanical. Then the after, somewhere around the 30-minute mark, something quietly shifts. He stops performing and starts moving. His breathing slows. His form opens up. He isn't running from something anymore. He is running towards something. The room around him fades. For the first time in months, the only voice in his head is his own, and it is steady, calm, and clear. He doesn't clock a time that session. But for the first time all year, he feels genuinely fast. After the session, Coach Elaine sits across from Marcus and speaks plainly. She tells him that comparison is not motivation, it is misdirection. That every second he spends measuring himself against someone else is a second stolen from becoming a better version of himself. She shares a quiet truth from her own career, that her greatest athletes were never the most talented in the room. They were the ones most obsessed with yesterday's version of themselves. She introduces a simple framework Marcus can carry. Every morning, ask yourself 3 things. Am I stronger than I was? Am I smarter than I was? Am I more at peace than I was? If the answer to any one of those is yes, you won. The lesson lands without fanfare, clean, direct, and deeply personal. Marcus doesn't say much, doesn't need to. In the weeks that follow, Marcus changes not dramatically, but deeply. He stops checking the performance board first thing in the morning. He starts keeping a personal training journal, comparing only to his own last entry. His times improve, but more importantly, his relationship with improvement transforms. He trains with a quietness that his teammates begin to notice. He laughs more, recovers faster, not because his body changed, but because his mind stopped working against him. Contrast his new state with the opening scene, where once he walked into the gym looking everywhere for confirmation. He now walks in looking at exactly one place, the mirror, his mirror. And for the first time, he genuinely likes what he sees. The mirror doesn't lie, but comparison distorts it. Your only real race is with who you were yesterday. So cover the other mirrors, read the note, show up for yourself. If this story reminded you of someone, share it with them. And if it reminded you of yourself, that's exactly why we made it.